Welcome to our Garden at 19 Tulip Tour. Every year since 2011, our village church has held open gardens over this bank holiday weekend, and we have taken part every year bar one. This year it has had to be cancelled. With the public unable to come to the garden this weekend, I have produced a tulip tour from our garden at 19. This picture was taken on the 7th of March, the first tulip to flower. Sadly, it is called No Label. I have this year added more of the species varieties. The Gulcinia are in pots on the sunny side of the house by the alpine beds. Within the alpine beds are peppermint stick. A gorgeous variety, it looks like a stick of rock until it opens to the sun. Named after the famous composer, also new this year in planters either side of the summer house doors. I repotted all the small bulbs last autumn, adding the new ones to their winter quarters here. One striking new one is Persian Pearl from Iran and Turkey, which is said to grow at high altitude among rocky screes. This, though, is the star of my new ones, Tinker, from the same family as peppermint stick. They are often referred to as lady or candle tulip. It has flowered throughout April, and the markings are beautiful when partially open, and then with such sunny faces when fully open to the sun. This dwarf species tulip, also from Iran and Turkey, has a sunny yellow centre with bronze outer petals when closed. I have planted the broken pots by the side with succulents. I do like the shape of Ballade, and it has been in the main border for several years. Sadly, it is not perennial, so has dwindled down to only a few now. Edging the border is forget-me-nots and this dicentra, which the bees enjoy visiting. These Darwin hybrids are said to be perennial. Fergus Garrett from Great Dixter wrote an interesting article on tulips, which they found to be perennial. You may still find it on the internet. I will be planting more of these for next year. Abu Hassan, besides being wonderful to look at, has proven to be perennial here. These bulbs were purchased in 2017. And this year they are in large pots behind the banana bench, planted with forget-me-nots and my must-have Siberian wallflower. Walking around the banana bench, there is this clump of self-seeded honesty. Honesty has been wonderful this year throughout the garden. The water feature is turned off due to the frogs being at home. I guess they will have small frogs by now. If you are having coffee on the banana bench, this is your view. And the Bug Hotel on the left was made 2 years ago by the grandchildren for our open day. And the ivy goldchild is a nice contrast to the Siberian cherry bark. Next to it is the liquid amber tree, which at this time of year is festooned with the flowers of the alpine clematis Broughton Bride. Up close, the petals have slight pink lines on them, making it very attractive. Above the bug hotel are bird boxes that the grandchildren painted. The blue tits obviously do not mind the colour. I guess they are preparing for a second brood. The white and green garden is planted with the tulip spring green. This picture is from their first year. There are now few remaining. What did catch my eye was this lovely clematis growing out of the top of the standard holly. Back to the patio in pots, the tulip angelique. These, sadly over the 3 years, have lost their colour, some reverting to white. This is them in their first year. This autumn, I experimented with planting tulips in bulb saucers to help with lifting them after flowering, also to reduce the number left behind. They are planted with the tulip flaming spring green. Also this red wallflower, I think it's Vulcan. Forget-me-nots and the Camassia blue heaven. These raised beds edging the patio make a welcome sight on entering the garden, although I do not think this year's display is our best. Flaming spring green is, however, a beautiful tulip. The succulents have now come out of their winter quarters onto the patio, and I will leave you with the view from the patio of the raised beds and some bird song. Stay well.